But she turned out to be extremely lame and has never taken a sound step since I've had her. She also didn't like people when I first got her. And she's one of those horses, one of those types that she tolerates people. That's what I like to say. She's not really affectionate. A lot of my other horses, you know, they'll come right up, they'll give you a hug, they'll give you a kiss. Pippa's not like that. Her best way of expressing affection is just that, just checking in with you. I'm okay, I'm comfortable that you're here next to me. You can scratch me if you'd like. And this is, you know, I kind of have just become accustomed that that's who she is. As her personality, I'm sure she was in part made that way. When I got her, her halter was embedded in her head. She still has some scars. Now, I've never ever tried to ride her before. I kind of figured, what's the point? She's not sound. Nor have I ever, in the 7+ years I've had her, tried to put a bridle on her. I do know that she hates to have her mouth touched. We've been playing around a little bit with that this summer. But I was thinking, why not use her for a bridle demonstration, since I can't do much with her anyway, so you can kind of see the transformation between a horse that is totally uncomfortable with the bridle, the bit, to a horse that is accepting and happy with that. So the first thing I'm going to do is put her halter on. Now the other thing I haven't done with her, I haven't taught her the head down cue, so you'll be able to see that. So because of Pippa's personality, we're just going to do a little bit, very short. In an ideal world, I'd like to do maybe 4 or 5 of these sessions a day, just for a couple minutes. So in playing with the head down cue and teaching them, I would just play around and just apply a little bit of pressure to the bottom of the halter and put my hand at the top. That was very nice. Kind of release it, that's a reward. And I'm going to try doing that again, a little bit of pressure, and then, yep, just like that. And I would spend quite a bit of time doing this. She's looking for Cookie because she's been a good girl. I'm going to ask her again. Little reward, there you go, and it could be the tiniest little of her putting her head down, and you'd want to give her a break or reward for that. And then you want to get to the point where you can just touch the top of the head, and you don't have to pull down on the halter and they put their head down. Like right there, she's just kind of looking for something for me. So she didn't really do what I was looking for. But she's got a long way to go to reach that anyway. So I'm going to do one more. Oh, didn't even have to put my head on, or my hand on top of her head, and she responded. Very nice. So because she doesn't like to be touched in her mouth, you can see when I come close, like her whole mouth kind of tenses up. I know she has been ridden previously. She was a broodmare. She didn't have any formal training, so I'm assuming somebody just shoved, you know, a shank, Western shank, in her mouth just to get her through a couple of sail rings. So I'm going to take my hand and I'm just going to place it. And she's good and she's quiet, and I do have a little bit of firm pressure on the lead rope because I don't want her to move away from that pressure. Then I'm just going to kind of release it as a little reward. Then I'm going to try and do that again. Once again, she really tenses up, and it might look like she's very accepting of this. And she'll lick and chew at times, but usually it's because she's stressed. But if you notice, she's not blinking. And a blinking horse is a thinking horse. So just because she's letting me touch doesn't mean that she's comfortable with that. So until she's really blinking, that's not something that I really consider her to be comfortable with, even though she's standing here very quietly. And it used to be I couldn't even touch her nose or her mouth. So this is a huge thing for her. So this is something I would do 5 or 10 minutes. Like I said, a couple of times a day would be perfect. And then to end, after I've done that for a little bit, I'm gonna try and do what I just did without a halter. But I am going to put my right hand on her cheek just for a little bit of support and see if she lets me touch that. And she does. Once again, she's not blinking, which to me is she's not comfortable. There was a nice blink right there. But this is something you do over and over and over again until they get very comfortable with it, until she starts relaxing and her nose doesn't quiver. Like, that's a nice lick and chew. That's not so much stress as it is just kind of relieving tension. So I'm going to ask her to come over to me again. And that was pretty nice. Like I said, when I move my hand over to her nose, she's not blinking, which is not a good sign. She blinks when I move my hand away. So for me, until I can get to the point where I can touch her nose, touch her face, touch her mouth, with her blinking and comfortable with her head down, once we teach her the head down cue, there is no way I'd ever try and put a bit in this horse's mouth. There's just no way. So this is day 1. We'll see what day 2